Hello there. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, learners, professionals, everyone, CIMA strategic case study candidates who are engaging with this particular piece of content, which is the official first pre-scene related video, the initial reading. So this is, in fact, an exercise that I hope you and I both can enjoy by going through the entire pre-scene document for the first time. And a gentle reminder, if you're someone who is viewing this content through the YouTube platform, I'm including the content, the support content, self-study support content folders, Google Drive link in the description section. So you can check out that link and download the content. In addition to that, I'm also including the YouTube playlist that is designed to help you and to give you the many guidances required if you're a self-study learner. In that sense, you will be able to benefit from that content. So you can check those links in the description section. A final reminder is the website. If you want to engage and get the official support of the CIMA SCS with AZB coaching program in the various means, the various methods that we have developed to help learners around the world, you can visit www.cimascs.com and engage with the coaching program as well. On that note, let's get started by taking a look at the strategic case study examination May and August 2022 pre-scene material initial reading. And this is probably the first time, it is my first time reading the pre-scene. I try to do it as a fresh take, and as you can see, it's the advanced copy because I'm doing it way ahead of the recording is being done way ahead of time. The company is Snackwheel. Interesting, but the image itself, the logo itself, I hope is going to lighten the mood because this is probably a business that you have a very close association with. Yes, you guessed it right. It's snacks on wheels, or a delivery of food to your doorstep. That's the business. Let's get started. Initially, you have the general COVID-19 statement. I'm going to go for full screen view. I hope that will help you with the viewing of the words as well. This pre-scene and the case study in general, while aiming to reflect real life, are set in a context where the COVID-19 pandemic has not had an impact. Remember, marks in the exam will be awarded for valid arguments that are relevant to the question asked. Answers that make relevant references to the pandemic or social distancing will of course be marked on their merits. In most cases, however, candidates may find it helpful to assume that there are no restrictions to the movement of people, goods, or services in place. With that disclaimer, we move to the contents. You have the introduction, the fast food industry, fast food home deliveries, Snackwheel, Snackwheel's IT system, Snackwheel's couriers, extract from Snackwheel's annual report, Snackwheel's board of directors, Snackwheel's principal risks, extract from the competitors' financial statements, share price history, news stories, and extracts from Motorbike's blog. That brings us to the introduction. Snackwheel is a quoted company that facilitates home deliveries on behalf of fast food companies across its home country. Consumers can order food by app or through Snackwheel's website. You are a senior manager in Snackwheel's finance function. You report directly to the board and advise on special projects and strategic matters. Snackwheel is based in Westeria, a developed country that has an active and well-regulated stock exchange. Westeria's currency is the W dollar. Westeria requires companies to prepare their financial statements in accordance with international financial reporting standards. An introduction to the fast food industry. Fast food restaurants aim to serve food quickly and on demand that can often be achieved by selling menu items that can be cooked in batches and then kept hot, often by keeping them under bright lamps that radiate heat. For example, a batch of fries can be kept hot and remain sellable for up to 10 minutes. Having such items ready made with fresh batches in preparation throughout the day means that more customers can be served at busy times. There are other fast food items designed to be quick to prepare. For example, pizza can be made by spreading a portion of sauce across a ready made pizza base, sprinkling cheese and other toppings, and baking the uncooked pizza in a preheated oven for just a few minutes. Fast food restaurants are designed to serve customers as quickly as possible. Many have a counter that is designed so that staff can take orders, collect payments, and deliver food as quickly as possible. Seating may be provided so that customers can eat their meals in the restaurant, but it is generally designed to be slightly uncomfortable in order to encourage customers to leave as soon as they have eaten. Meals are usually served in disposable containers. Customers are then free to take their food away and eat it elsewhere. Customers who eat their meals in the restaurant can dispose of their containers in the bins provided before they leave. There is no need for staff to collect and wash dirty dishes. At most, restaurant staff will only have to remove any litter and wipe down tabletops with an antiseptic spray. Fast food is also designed to be quick to eat. Making food easy to bite and chew encourages customers to eat more quickly. Again, that encourages customers to finish their meals and to leave to create space for more customers. Fast food items are generally made with little or no fiber in their ingredients, and they usually contain sauces that make the food moist and so easy to chew and swallow. Bread used in sandwiches and burger buns tends to be baked so that it is light and airy. The ease and convenience of purchase makes fast food popular. It can be purchased and eaten for lunch during the working day or for breakfast on the way to work. Consumers may also be keen to eat a quick meal to save time for some other reason, perhaps dinner on the way to meet friends. Many consumers enjoy fast food because of the factors that make it easy to eat. The sauces that make it easy to chew also enhance the flavor. The lighter breads used in buns and sandwiches make for a more pleasant texture and also create the impression that the restaurant has been generous with the fillings. The efficiencies associated with making and selling fast food means that it tends to be significantly cheaper than alternative forms of eating out. In addition, fast food outlets, unlike traditional restaurants, do not feel a need to incur unnecessary costs on creating a comfortable dining experience. In addition, fast food outlets, unlike traditional restaurants, do not feel a need to incur unnecessary costs on creating a comfortable dining experience. Fast food restaurants can operate as independent outlets, but many belong to national and global chains with heavy advertising and a consistent brand image. Customers of chains often know their menus of their favorite chains and know what they will order before entering a restaurant. There are many different varieties of fast food. These often vary according to local cultural tastes as well as the relative success of major brands in any given country. The following types of fast food are popular in Westeria. Firstly, burger restaurants specialize in meat patties made from minced beef, chicken, or fish that are fried or grilled and served in a bun, usually accompanied by fries. Secondly, pizza restaurants make their products from a flat base of pizza dough layers of tomato sauce, grated cheese, and toppings. Pizzas usually have to be made to order, which can be done very quickly. That makes it possible to offer customers a wide choice of toppings that can be ordered in any combination. Next, sandwich restaurants generally offer customers a choice of different types of sandwiches being made to order from the customer's choice of breads and fillings. Sandwiches are often sold cold, but some restaurants offer the option of having them toasted. Then we have chicken restaurants, which sell pieces of chicken that have usually been dipped in batter and deep fried until the chicken has been cooked and the batter has become crispy. Some fast food restaurants are associated with bakery chains that specialize in pastries, sausage rolls, and similar products that are essentially pastry wrapped around a filling. Most fast food restaurants also offer a range of soft drinks, side dishes such as fries or potato wedges, and desserts. These generally share the characteristics of the main meal options in that they are quick and easy to prepare and are supplied in disposable packaging. All restaurants offer a range of meat-free and other options to meet specific dietary needs of customers. Then we have a snap on the vegetarian fast food market by revenue, burgers and pizzas being the most popular or the most revenue generating fast food types, followed by sandwiches, chicken, and baked goods. And the pre-scene says the vegetarian fast food industry generated sales of $172 billion during the year ended 31st December 2021, with sales from 55,000 outlets spread across the country. Fast food has grown steadily for many years. The number of outlets increased by 36% from 2011 to 2021. Industry surveys show that there are 70% of vegetarians aged over 20 who eat fast food at least once per week, and 23% eat fast food 3 times or more. Generally, younger consumers eat fast food more frequently than older. And we have a graph that indicates the percentage of population that eats fast food at least once per week. And most consumed, or the highest percentage of population that eats fast food at least once per week comes from the age category of 20 to 39, next 40 to 59, and the least coming from 60 plus. Fast food home deliveries. The phrase home delivery applies to deliveries made to the customer's chosen location, regardless of whether it is their home address or places of employment, hotels, and any other fixed locations that are safe and accessible. Home delivery services started in the early 1990s when a major burger chain created its own telephone ordering service that enabled customers to order food from the chain's menu and pay by credit card when placing their order. This was a major success and was soon copied by other fast food chains. Customers enjoyed the ability to obtain fast food from their favorite restaurants without having to leave their homes. The market for home deliveries grew, driven in part by widespread ownership and use of smartphones and tablets with Wi-Fi connections. These gave customers access to restaurant websites that enabled them to place orders and pay online. They also enabled customers to download apps that simplified the ordering and payment processes further. Snackwheel created Westaria's first independent home delivery platform in 2007. Previously, fast food chains that wished to offer home delivery had established their own delivery services, using their own websites and employing their own delivery staff. Snackwheel disrupted that approach to home delivery by creating a website that enabled customers to access several fast food chain menus. Food ordered through this website would be collected from a restaurant operated by the chain by Snackwheel's couriers and delivered to customers. This service proved attractive to both customers and restaurant chains. Snackwheel has two major competitors, both of whom provide similar home delivery services. Munchbike was launched in 2009 and Truck Bites in 2011. Snackwheel and its competitors describe themselves as platforms in recognition of the fact that platforms are defined as online or physical environments that connect different groups and offer benefits based on the participation of others in the platform. Home delivery platforms share the following characteristics. Customers place orders online using mobile phone apps, tablets, or computers. Apps are promoted heavily through advertising and social media. Customers can create an account that includes their payment details, or they can pay for individual orders using their bank cards. It may be possible to pay by cash depending on their location. Platforms also offer access to a range of different restaurant menus, generally one from each major category of fast food, such as burgers, pizza, etc. That means that a family or group of friends can order from different restaurants to suit their preferences, making just one payment and avoiding the inconvenience of placing separate orders with different restaurants. The platform's software identifies the most suitable restaurant branches from which to fulfill each order. Details are transmitted to the restaurants, which then have responsibility for preparing the food and packing it ready for collection. The food is then collected by a courier or couriers if the order is from two or more restaurants, who delivers it to the customer. Couriers are equipped with insulated boxes with battery-powered heating elements. These are mounted on the pillions of low-powered motorcycles or carried in small cars. The boxes keep the food hot on the journey from the restaurant to the delivery address. Couriers are required to provide their own vehicles. Platforms hold couriers responsible for ensuring that the vehicles are roadworthy and that they are insured for business purposes. Most platforms aim to ensure that food is delivered within 30 to 40 minutes of placing an order. If customers order from more than one restaurant, then food may be collected and delivered by more than one courier. Platforms are sometimes referred to as portals to reflect the fact that they provide access to restaurant menus and can accept orders. They are also referred to as aggregator portals to reflect the fact that they aggregate or combine access to multiple restaurants through a single app. Most platforms offer customers a range of payment options. Smartphone and tablet apps can be linked to customer debit and credit cards so that payment is taken automatically. Customers who do not link their cards can pay by inputting their card numbers through the app or the platform's website every time they order. Some restaurants permit their couriers to accept cash payments for meals. Most platforms insist on payment by card or app because there are rarely suitable bases to which cash can be submitted. The platforms track all sales made on behalf of each restaurant. The platforms are entitled to an agreed commission. The platforms track the amounts collected on behalf of each restaurant from cards. and cash payments, and they remit the net amount due after taking account of any charges such as commissions and any rent due for use of dark kitchens on a regular basis. Some platforms operate dark kitchens, which are basically large storage and food preparation facilities that are rented to one or more fast food restaurant chains. These dark kitchens are divided so that each fast food chain has its own separate kitchen area for food storage and preparation. The fast food chains hire their own cooks to ensure that the food made at the dark kitchen is exactly the same as that from one of their restaurants. Dark kitchens are not restaurants. They do not have any seating. They are designed to prepare food ready for delivery. Platforms build dark kitchens in areas where the expected demand is sufficient to justify their construction. They are attractive to fast food chains that require additional capacity to relieve the pressure on the conventional outlets in busy areas. They can also be a cost-effective way to establish a presence and so generate revenues in areas that would not offer sufficient demand to construct a conventional outlet. The platforms do not necessarily require a great deal of local infrastructure in the towns and cities in which they operate. Couriers operate remotely with little or no direct supervision. Couriers are controlled by means of apps that they download to their smartphones. The platforms can use these apps to track their courier's location and availability. Platforms generally use two approaches to staffing: employees, that is the first, and independent contractors, which is the second. Firstly, densely populated areas often generate sufficient demand to employ couriers on either a full-time or part-time basis. So this is couriers acting as employees. City centers usually have large numbers of office workers who wish to order fast food deliveries for lunch. Some residential areas have large numbers of fast food delivery customers. Employees are entitled to the various rights and protections afforded under employment law, including a contract, holiday pay, and pension contributions. They are also issued with uniforms and insulated delivery boxes. Secondly, couriers as independent contractors, where most fast food couriers are independent contractors who are paid a set rate for every delivery made. Contractors download an app to their personal smartphones, and that enables the platform's software to communicate instructions to collect and deliver food orders. The contractors use the app to indicate that they are available for work. Incoming orders are offered to all suitably located couriers who are available. Platforms issue contractors with uniforms and with branded insulated boxes. Couriers are not particularly well paid by the platforms, although it is customary for customers in West Area to pay a gratuity for food deliveries, especially if the food is delivered promptly. The performance of couriers is monitored closely. Customers are invited to rate their experience after each order, and any complaints about the quality of the service provided are investigated and can result in dismissal. Well, that was the first section, an introduction to the fast food industry and the home delivery segment of the fast food industry. Now we are going to be looking at Snackwheel, your pre-seed assigned company. Snackwheel was launched as Westaria's first major home delivery platform in 2007. The founders were keen to exploit the complementary growth in both online shopping and consumer demand for fast food. Both of those trends were particularly associated with the same demographic, namely younger consumers, and so a website that offered immediate delivery of fast food was likely to succeed. The company was quoted on the Western Stock Exchange in 2016. Snackwheel remains West Area's largest fast food delivery platform. It currently serves 12,000 outlets, that is, branches of restaurant chains and bakery shops, 190 separate catchment areas covering every town and city in West Area. Chains often have multiple branches in town and city centers, and so Snackwheel does not have to serve every branch located within each of its catchment areas. 23 dark kitchen facilities, which accommodate a total of 68 separate dark kitchens operated by various fast food chains. Snackwheel acts as a portal for the following restaurant brands. Taste Burger. Taste Burger is West Area's most popular burger chain with 4,400 branches across the country. It is also the largest and most profitable fast food chain in the country. Most towns have several Taste Burger restaurants. Taste Burger has a breakfast menu that includes pancakes, eggs, and coffee. It is available from 6 a.m. until 11 a.m. each morning. Taste Burger sells items from its main menu from 11 a.m. onwards. These take the form of beef, chicken, fish burgers, all served in buns and usually accompanied by fries. Taste Burger also sells desserts and a range of hot drinks and cold soft drinks. Most Taste Burger restaurants are open from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m., but some remain open for 24 hours every day. Taste Burger restaurants are generally busy at all times of day and night, but are particularly busy from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. when customers are ordering their breakfast, lunch, or evening meal. Taste Burger is a large quoted company that has been at the forefront of developments in the fast food industry. It is constantly experimenting and looking for ways to develop revenue streams. Next partner is Steam Pizza. Steam Pizza is West Area's largest pizza restaurant with 2,400 branches. The restaurant opens at 11:30 a.m. every day and closes at midnight. Steam Pizza sells a wide variety of pizzas of different sizes. Customers can select from a range of popular topping combinations, or they can specify their own combination of toppings, each of which is priced on the menu. The company also sells a range of cold soft drinks. Steam Pizza restaurants tend to be busy from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. and from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. The third restaurant partner is Baghetto. Baghetto is West Area's second largest sandwich chain with 3,200 branches. It sells sandwiches made with freshly baked baguette rolls and various salads, cheeses, and meats. It also sells a range of hot drinks and cold soft drinks. The restaurants open at 7 a.m. and close at 6 p.m. Baghetto's peak time is from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m., with customers buying lunch while at work. Restaurants also tend to be busy from 7 a.m. until 9 a.m., with customers buying toasted sandwiches for breakfast to eat at work or buying sandwiches to eat for lunch later in the day. Lusk Chicken is West Area's second largest chain of fried chicken restaurants with 2,600 outlets across the country. Lusk Chicken sells fried chicken pieces, usually accompanied with fries. It also sells desserts, hot drinks, and cold soft drinks. The restaurants open at 11:30 a.m. every day and close at 10 p.m. Lusk Chicken's busy time is from 11:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. and from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. Bonnigan's. Bonnigan's is a chain of bakery shops that sell sweet and savory products that can be eaten immediately or taken home. It has 3,400 shops. Bonigan sells both hot pastries, including pasties and sausage rolls for immediate consumption. It also sells a range of ready-made sandwiches that are wrapped in plastic film. The company also sells a wide range of cakes. The shops open at 8 a.m. and close at 6 p.m. Their food counters tend to be busy from 8 a.m. until 9 a.m., with customers buying food for breakfast and wrapped sandwiches to eat during their lunch break at work. There is a second peak from 12 p.m. until 2 p.m. when customers buy pastries, sandwiches, and cakes for lunch. Then we move to the next section, Snackwheel's IT system. Snackwheel has a highly integrated IT system that enables it to offer customers an efficient service. That integration involves extensive connectivity. Snackwheel has a data center at a secure location with significant high-speed bandwidth for external communications. The data center is backed up in real time to a hot backup site. Customers place orders using their smartphones, tablets, or personal computers. Customers are required to install an app to each device that they intend to use to place orders with Snackwheel. Restaurants receive orders via a hardware device supplied by Snackwheel. The device is effectively a tablet that connects to Snackwheel's data center using mobile phone networks. Restaurants can, if they wish, integrate their Snackwheel tablets into their point of sale software, or they can use them as standalone devices. Snackwheel's couriers use a separate app to receive instructions and to return data to the company. Snackwheel's data center has two main functions. Firstly, it's managing capacity. The data center software keeps track of the number of orders placed at any given restaurant that have not yet been dispatched. The software uses an algorithm to estimate the dispatch time for any further orders that are received for that restaurant. If the food will not be delivered on time, then the software warns the customer and offers a choice between accepting the delay, cancelling the order, or ordering from a different chain's menu. The software also keeps track of the availability of couriers who are available in each delivery district. The software uses a different algorithm to determine whether there are sufficient couriers online. If there are not, then the software invites additional couriers to make themselves available. In the meantime, customers will be warned of any expected delay in delivery. The second function is managing operations. The data center manages the whole process of ordering and delivering food from the customer's initial order until the food has been delivered. The following diagram is a simplified version of the data flows that occur when a customer orders food using the Snackwheel app. In this case, the order will be collected and delivered by Snackwheel's courier. So we have a diagram. Firstly, customer places the order. Then Snackwheel sends order to the restaurant. The restaurant accepts order, provides expected dispatch time, and asks Snackwheel to arrange delivery. Then the customer receives estimated delivery time through the app, while the restaurant confirms dispatch order. The courier receives details of pickup and delivery address, while courier confirms collection of order from the restaurant. Then the courier's location tracked by smartphone GPS every 2 minutes until arrival at customer's address, and the delivery is confirmed when food is handed to the customer. Parallelly, customer is informed that the system shows delivery, and the customer is asked to provide feedback through the app. That's how the chain of communication works between the three devices: the Snackwheel data center, customer smartphone, restaurant tablet, and the courier smartphone. Then the pre-scene goes on to say, some customers are located within the range of more than one branch of any given restaurant chain. And so, Snackwheel software may have to select the most efficient allocation of orders. allowing for the location of available couriers and the demand at any given branch at the time of receiving the order. For example, Baghetto has several branches in some city centers, and so it may be necessary to decide which will be used to fulfill a lunch order. If a customer happens to be located in one of the few areas that does not have a local branch of each of the restaurant chains, then the app will restrict the customer's choice to chains that are within the delivery range. The app also takes opening hours into account. For example, Bonigan's branches close at 6 p.m. and so customers cannot place orders after that time. Snackwheel's operations depend heavily on three pieces of software. Firstly, the software used for interaction with restaurant chains. The data center runs a software package that was originally designed to support online retail. That package was recommended by a third-party IT consultancy whose programmers adapted the software to meet Snackwheel's needs. The software package downloads customers' orders to a tablet in each restaurant from which deliveries are made. Software in each tablet then uploads the order to the restaurant's own systems. Enabling that upload was complicated by the fact that each of the fast food chains served by Snackwheel has a different system. Fortunately, there were only 5 chains and so 5 different systems. Enabling the tablets to interact with the restaurant systems prevents the inefficiency that would otherwise have arisen. Enabling the tablets to interact with restaurant systems prevents the inefficiency that would otherwise have arisen. Restaurant staff would have had to constantly check the tablet screen in order to tell whether any delivery orders had been received. Snackwheel owns the rights to use this package, but it must pay a license fee for any restaurant tablet that are added to the system. An IT consultancy conducts any routine maintenance on the system in return for a fee. The second piece of software is that which is used for the interaction with customers. Snackwheel's in-house IT staff have developed an app that can be downloaded from the company's website. The restaurant chains are responsible for updating menus and opening hours, accessing their own separate files at the data center that ensures that customers have the latest information about product availability and pricing. The information that is shared with the customer regarding estimated delivery times is based on data provided by the software package that powers interaction with the restaurant chains. The third piece of software is used for interaction with couriers. Snackwheel's in-house IT staff have developed an app that updates couriers about collections and deliveries and tracks couriers' locations. The data center records significant amounts of data in respect of each transaction. For example, the company has a substantial database of data relating to delivery times, customer satisfaction responses, ordering patterns, and so on. That data has been analyzed extensively to give the company detailed insights into, for example, the impact of bad weather on delivery times. The data center maintains detailed records of customer feedback and of the activity on individual customer accounts. That data can be used to target customers who have not ordered recently, perhaps by emailing a discount voucher. Snackwheel's data center also processes payment requests from customers' banks and credit card companies and maintains records of payments due to restaurants' net of commissions. That brings me to the next section, Snackwheel's couriers. Snackwheel has 3,000 couriers who are full-time employees of the company and a further 23,000 couriers who work as independent contractors. Wow. The full-time couriers are based in 6 major cities, They start work in time for breakfast deliveries on weekday mornings and finish in the late afternoon. Most of their time is spent on workplace deliveries to city center addresses. Full-time couriers log in via an app on their smartphones at the start of their shift. The app confirms that they are within their designated areas of operation. Each courier then receives details of his or her first assignment, which involves collecting an order from a specific restaurant or dark kitchen and delivering it to the customer's address. In the interests of efficiency, couriers may be allocated additional collections while they are on the way to a restaurant. That enables them to make 2 or more collections from the same location and deliveries to addresses in the same neighborhood. The smartphone apps show each courier as occupied until all assigned deliveries have been made. Then the cycle repeats itself with further assignments for the remainder of the day. Couriers log out of the system at the end of their shifts. Snackwheel reimburses full-time couriers' expenses for the cost of using their own vehicles. Data collected from the smartphone apps enables Snackwheel to keep track of the distance traveled during each shift by each full-time courier. The company reimburses full-time couriers on the basis of a standard rate per kilometer. Then you have Snackwheel's independent contractor couriers who have a little more flexibility over their working hours. Each is based in one of the cities or towns in which Snackwheel operates. Couriers use their smartphone app to indicate the days and times that they wish to work. Software at the data center matches expected courier availability against forecast demand based on historical data. The system adjusts staffing levels by inviting couriers to change to different times or to work additional hours so that a satisfactory number of couriers is available at any given time. Couriers who demonstrate flexibility are given priority in future requests for time. Independent contractors are not employees. They can work as many hours per week as they wish, although Snackwheel expects contractors to commit to at least 10 hours per week if they wish to remain eligible to work for the company. Contractors are expected to inform Snackwheel if they plan to take a holiday or will be absent because of illness. Snackwheel pays independent contractors a fixed fee for every delivery. The same fee is paid regardless of the time taken or the distance traveled. Snackwheel does not pay expenses, so the contractors are expected to meet the cost of running their personal vehicles from their fee. Independent contractors use the same app as full-time couriers. They log on at the beginning of their agreed work periods, and the system checks that they are in their assigned locations. The system allocates collections and deliveries in exactly the same way as for full-time employees, including attempts to enhance efficiency. All couriers, whether full-time or independent contractors, are evaluated on the basis of factors such as feedback received from customers and the number of deliveries made during a shift or work period. Next, we have extracts from Snackwheel's annual report. Firstly, Snackwheel's mission and values. Our mission. Snackwheel's mission is to enable consumers to buy West Area's best fast food without leaving their homes or workplaces. Our core values. Firstly, our customers come first. Snackwheel's customers are trusting the company to deliver delicious fast food quickly and safely. Second value, we make life simple. Snackwheel's customers can use a single app to order their favorite items from their preferred restaurants. Thirdly, we are team players. Snackwheel works closely with restaurant chains to create sustainable value for their stakeholders and for us. Fourthly, we make things happen. Snackwheel has grown steadily since its creation. We are constantly improving our service and attracting new customers. Next value, We take care of our employees. Snackwheel provides challenging and secure employment. And the final value, we create opportunity. Snackwheel offers an environment in which the independent contractors who deliver for us can flourish as individuals and work at a pace that suits their needs. 6 core values of Snackwheel. The next section is on Snackwheel's board of directors. Firstly, we have the non-executive chairman of the board, Esma Asil. Esma has had a long and distinguished banking career, rising to the main board of a major commercial bank. In addition to her role in Snackwheel's board, she serves on the board of 2 major charities. Esma joined Snackwheel's board in 2018. Then you have the Chief Executive Officer, Ahmed Farah. Ahmed was a PhD in software engineering, or Ahmed has a PhD in software engineering. Ahmed joined Snackwheel as a senior programmer in 2009. He was instrumental in developing the specification for a major update to the company's software. Ahmed was promoted to head of data center in 2014. He joined the board as Chief Information Officer in 2016 and was promoted to CEO in 2019. Then you have Eleni Sakelariu, Chief Operating Officer. Eleni joined Taste Burger's graduate entry scheme after graduating from university. After a spell as assistant manager at one of the company's largest branches, he moved to the company's head office, specializing in logistics. Eleni joined Snackwheel as head of fulfillment in 2014. She was promoted to the board as Chief Operating Officer in 2017. Then you have Peter Fordia, Chief Finance Officer. Peter is a qualified accountant. He trained with Westeria Bread, a major food manufacturer. Peter subsequently held a number of roles, including a period as head of internal audit with a major airline. Peter joined Snackwheel's board as Chief Finance Officer in 2018. Then you have Rashida Tal, Marketing Director. Rashida's background is in retail marketing. She has held several senior marketing positions, including head of promotion at Westeria's second largest supermarket chain. Rashida joined Snackwheel as a senior marketing manager in 2016. She was promoted to the board in 2020. Then you have Joe Williams, Chief Information Officer, or Joel Williams. Joel has held a number of senior IT roles, including head of software development at a major manufacturer of mobile phones. Joel joined Snackwheel as head of IT security in 2017. He was promoted to the board in 2021. Then you have the members of the non-executive board. Yu Tsai, Senior Independent Non-Executive Director. Yu has had a long and successful career in Westeria Rail. She started as a graduate trainee in human resources and worked her way up to a seat on the board before retiring from full-time employment. She continues to advise the Westerian government on matters relating to public transport. You joined the Snackwheel board in 2021. Then you have Volodymyr Rizun, Independent Non-Executive Director. Volodymyr has served on the board of a major retailer. He has retired from full-time employment and was invited onto Snackwheel's board as a non-executive in 2020. And finally, you have Eliana Nakano, Independent Non-Executive Director. Eliana has worked extensively in the leisure industry. Her career has included 5 years as finance director of a major cruise line, and she joined Snackwheel's board as a non-executive director in 2019. So you have a graphical presentation of the board. You have Ahmed Farah sitting on the top as CEO. Then you have Eleni, Chief Operating Officer, taking care of order fulfillment and human relations. Peter Fordia, Chief Finance Officer, to whom you are reporting to, is in charge of financial reporting and management accounting. Rashida Tal, Marketing Director, is in charge of advertising and relationships with restaurants. Joel Williams, Chief Information Officer, is in charge of IT operations and data management. Then you have a snapshot of the board committees. All the board committees, audit, risk, remuneration, and nomination, have 3 members each. And Esma Asil, the non-executive chairman, is sitting on the audit committee, remuneration committee, and the nomination committee. That brings us to the next section, Snackwheel's principal risks. So you have a simple table, simple format, risk impact and risk mitigation. Let's take a look at both elements of each key risk that has been identified. First risk, consumer demand for the services provided by fast food platforms may decline. And to mitigate, Snackwheel advertises its services heavily in order to attract new customers. Delivery staff are required to complete online training in customer service before they can make their first delivery. Snackwheel makes heavy use of customer feedback to ensure that they are satisfied with their service. Snackwheel works closely with current and prospective restaurant partners to innovate in terms of updating menu options. The second risk is that restaurants may decide to terminate their arrangements with Snackwheel and rely on their own websites, apps, and delivery services. Snackwheel works constantly to develop ways to add value to the operations of its restaurant partners. Few restaurant chains, if any, could afford to create IT systems that would rival Snackwheel's in terms of the ability to gather data about customer behavior and to expedite home deliveries. All historical data remains the property of Snackwheel. The third risk is Snackwheel depends on the brand reputations of restaurants that it serves. So Snackwheel works with leading brands who rely on their reputations to maintain their own businesses. And Snackwheel provides feedback to restaurants on any issues that affect customer satisfaction, including delayed deliveries or problems with food quality. The next risk is Snackwheel's IT systems, which are complex and highly integrated. Orders cannot be processed if any part of the system fails. Snackwheel has a dedicated Chief Information Officer on its board. The CIO provides strategic leadership on all aspects of IT operations and security. The company's data center is staffed by highly qualified experts in their respective areas of specialization. A hot backup site at a remote location mirrors the data center at all times, thereby reducing the company's dependence on the primary site. And the final risk, customers can store personal data, including payment details, in their accounts. Any breach of privacy will impact customer confidence. Snackwheel therefore invests heavily in IT security, and customers receive regular messages concerning the security of their accounts. Delivery services, we have one more risk. Delivery services are heavily dependent on the recruitment and retention of couriers who can provide their own transport. So Snackwheel pays close attention to the number of applicants for courier positions, both full-time and as independent contractors. Remuneration levels are comparable with those offered by competitors. And that marks the end of the risk register, which brings us to the consolidated statement of profit and loss, the statement of equity, and the statement of financial position for Snackwheel Group, which is provided. Then you have an extract from competitors' financial statements, Munch by Group. Again, you have the P&L for the last 2 years, statement of equity, and the statement of financial position. So that will be separately looked at in the financial analysis. We also have share price history, which has a rough average of around $30 dollars per share for the past couple of years. First December 2020 to 1st March 2022. Snackwheel's beta is 0.7. They say that. And we arrive at the final segment of The pre-scene, the news stories. First, you have happy comic, Reader's Digest sort of situation. The first question posed by a reader is, my parents sometimes use the Snackwheel app on their smartphones to order food from Steam Pizza. They are complaining that they have to scroll down to get to the Steam Pizza tab on the app. It used to be near the top. Why is that? It's posed by Martin, age 12. Nice. The answer, Snackwheel allows you to order food from several different restaurant chains. The chains believe that they will sell more meals if their tabs are near the top when the app is opened. The restaurant chains pay a fee to be near the top. Presumably, one of the other chains offered to pay more for a better place and pushed Steam Pizza down the list. All of the home delivery services do this. If your parents like pizza, then I'm sure that they will be prepared to scroll down until they find Steam Pizza on the app. Wow. Then you have another reader's question from Tom, age 13. The question is, my family was staying overnight at a hotel after visiting my aunt and uncle. My parents were ordering food on the Snackwheel app. I wanted a burger and fries from Taste Burger, and my sister wanted a cheese and tomato baguette from Baguetto. We couldn't find Baguetto tab anywhere on the app. It was there next day when we got home and were ordering lunch. Why did Baguetto disappear from the app and then come back? Answer, there are two possibilities. Apps can track the location of the device that is being used to communicate with an IT network. Fast food delivery services like Snackwheel check the location of the user's smartphone or tablet when the user signs onto the app. Software identifies the restaurants that are close enough to the user to enable a delivery, and only those menus are shown on the app. Perhaps you were within the delivery range of the nearest Taste Burger, but not the nearest Baguetto. And the other reason is that the app also checks which restaurants are open when the order is being placed. Baguetto's restaurants close at 6 p.m. while Taste Burgers are open until much later. The app will only display tabs for nearby restaurants that are actually open for business. I hope that you enjoyed your burger and fries. Then you have a news item from Westeria Telegraph, the business of home delivery. The market for restaurant food has been transformed by the so-called platforms that offer online ordering and delivery. There is a growing trend for consumers to use those services as an alternative to visiting their favorite restaurant and eating there. Restaurants are finding that this phenomenon is increasing total demand for restaurant food. Consumers enjoy the convenience, especially when the alternative is often to eat in a fast food restaurant that has been designed to look bright and inviting from the outside, but quickly proves to be designed to discourage customers from sitting and lingering over their meals. Delivering food frees restaurants from the constraints imposed by the number of guests who can be seated at any given time. Most restaurant kitchens can cope with home delivery orders. Most restaurant kitchens can cope with home delivery orders even when all of the tables are full. That can make busy periods such as weekends far more lucrative for restaurant owners. 85% of deliveries are to homes and 15% to work addresses. Weekends are significantly busier than weekdays. Collectively, the food delivery platforms have achieved a 55% penetration of the total potential Westerian market for fast food deliveries. Industry analysts believe that the market is now mature and that penetration is unlikely ever to exceed 65%. Consumers tend to be satisfied with the service that they receive but expect deliveries to be prompt. Delivery times of up to 1 hour are acceptable, especially at peak times, but any longer tends to cause complaints. The vast majority of consumers use a single portal for all of their orders. Hardly any download 2 or more apps. Customers usually remain loyal once they have signed up Fewer than 20% of those who sign up for a portal subsequently change to another. Then you have a few extracts from Motorbike's blog. The first blog post, good night last night. I have just broken my personal record for a single evening's earnings since I started delivering for Munchbike. I have lived in Newtown all my life, and I was really excited when our local soccer team made it through to the cup final. But I decided that there would be lots of dedicated fans who wanted to watch the game on television, and they would be too excited to cook. I logged into the Munchbike delivery app at 3 in the afternoon and was given a job within 2 minutes. I made my collection and delivery and had another job within seconds of confirming that I was available again. It was like that all night. It was nothing like a typical midweek evening when it can take up to 20 minutes to be assigned a collection after confirming a delivery. I didn't realize until much later in the evening that most of the other couriers in town had decided not to work because they wanted to watch the game. That meant that there was more than enough work to keep the few couriers who were working busy all night, which is great when you get paid a fee for every delivery. Luckily for me, Newton United scored a goal early in the match and were ahead all through the game. The customers were really happy and they were really generous with their tips. I kept going until the last local restaurant closed at 11 that night. There are a couple of comments for that post. Burger Fan says, I wonder whether the customers would have been as generous if their team had been losing the game. And Pizza Warrior says, I was also making deliveries, but in the hometown of your team's opponents. I was just as busy as you were. Then you have Courier Blues. The post says, Munchbike asked me to work from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. last night because their system reckoned that they would be short of couriers. I arrived in my district in plenty of time and logged in through the app. And then nothing. It was 5:30 p.m. before I was given my first delivery and work was slow all night. I'm not sure why people weren't ordering food for delivery, but I earned hardly anything. I only made 6 deliveries in the course of the evening. The manager at Brian Burger lets me sit in his restaurant when things are quiet, and I spent the last 90 minutes of my shift just sitting there, wishing that my phone would ping to say that I had a collection. At least the staff took pity on me and gave me a free double burger and large fries at closing time, so I was well fed before I went home. Couple of comments again. Hotbox Hero says, I hate it when that happens. It is really boring when there is nothing to do and we only get fees and gratuities when we make deliveries. And the Speed Waiter says, I have evenings like that too. Although the platforms are getting better at making sure we are busy, they have worked out that they lose couriers when there are too many quiet shifts. And that marks the end of the pre-scene reading. Very interesting case study, something that has quite a lot to do with technology as well. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you also read through it a few times. I hope this video has assisted you. On that note, I'm going to wrap this video up. I'll see you in the future with some other related content. Thank you very much for being part of the CIMA SCS with AZB content and coaching program. Good luck.